is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. We got a battle report for you today. We are testing out for the first time on the channel the new Custodians, played by myself. We like the one detachment where it's all the characters. I just thought it was super fun to play. So we're testing that out against our boy Jack, who's playing DeathWatch. He had this list on the channel before. I thought it was a super cool list, and it's definitely something to test out to see if we can kill some tanks with our golden monkey boys. But with this battle report, it was super fun to do because it was our first battle report in our new battle bunker. So we have the terrain set up from XR Lasers. If you guys are interested in that, it's a clear plexiglass terrain stuff. It's in the link below. Free shipping if you use the code Dirtbags. Or Dirtbag, I think. And we're actually working with them a lot with the templates that we have coming up, with the tokens, the wound counters, all that stuff. We're actually working one-on-one and trying to get that going for the Dirtbag merch. So there's a lot of merch on the channel. If you guys are interested in that, head over to Discord. You guys can hit me up in a DM, but we have the widgets, which are brand new. Those are amazing. They're super bright, really hard to lose. They have the 6-inch, 4-inch, 3-inch, 1-inch, and they break out into the 3-inch, 1-inch, 2-inch. We have all the stickers in the world. We have all the dice. These are the last time we're ordering these types of dice. They're limited edition dice. If you guys are Dirtbag Grandmasters, you guys get some limited edition ivory dice, which we don't sell. It's only given out at GTs and Grandmasters if you purchase any merch. So that's coming up, and there's a bunch of other stuff for the channel. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. We have about 600 more away, and all really starts with you guys hitting that subscribe button so these videos actually pop up for you guys, and the Patreons. Patreon wouldn't be doing this without you guys. If you guys want that competitive edge in 40k, you could join the competitive Dirtbags, and you have basically a coach in your corner to ask any questions, comments, list ideas, tactics, all that stuff anytime. That's the whole point of getting better at 40k, is having a good coach in your side to answer any questions, go over ideas. So if you guys are Grandmasters, you get specific battle reports you get to see played live for you. If you guys are interested in that, head over to there. And we're going to go over the lists. We're going to go over picture by picture, turn by turn, what we did good, what we could have done better, and what we would change in the list. So let's get in the video after we tell you what's coming up. So LSO, Lone Star Open, we'll be at. Atlantic City Open we'll be at. Nova Open we'll be at, and LVO we'll be at. So if you guys are there, make sure you come up and say hi. Lone Star Open, the first time I'm heading out to Texas to play 40k. That's going to be super fun. Still don't know what the hell to play. We've been testing out Chaos Space Marines a lot on the channel. So it's either going to be that or the Grey Boys. So let's get into the video. Today, we got Custodes testing out the new list with the champion build. We're leading off with Trajan. This is the new paint scheme. It's not done yet, obviously, but we got the, what are they called? Shadow Keepers? Mm-hmm. Shadow Keepers? I love the fucking speed paints. But Shadow Keepers build. Trajan, Blade Champion. This guy, Shield Captain's going to be proxy as the Blade Champion. We have Draxus in the list as well with the Calidus Assassin. We have 3 Alaris Terminator champions. This guy has the Veil Blade for the +2 attacks. We have a unit of Wardens, 4 of them. 2 units of Guard. Both of them have the Ventrilla, this thingy. So one of these guys, this guy will have the thingy right there. We have 2 units of the Sister Chicks, the Scout Move 6. We have 3 Bike champions. And I think the Blade Champion had the, if you end within 9 inches, you get to move 6 inches away. All right, what do we got today?
We're going to have a squad of aggressors with the Biologist, who is going to have the enhancement to infiltrate. I'm sorry, Vanguard Spearhead Detachment, DeathWatch. 5 Heavy Intercessors, Calidus Assassin. 2 squads of infiltrators with Librarians. Ballistus Dreadnought. 2 Brutalis Dreadnoughts. 2 Redemptor Dreadnoughts. Shield, Captain and Phobos Armor, squad of 3 Inceptors, and a squad of 4 Inquisitorial Henchmen. The idea is to get cover, because the whole army will get cover at over 12 inches, and stealth.
It's a good combo.
Yes.
All right, guys, so those are the lists. Let's get into the report. So we are playing Take and Hold, and we have the slanted deployments, so all the way from the 30 inches in the center all the way to the corner. This is the terrain that I was talking about. This is the Rexar lasers. It's the clear plexiglass, and he actually sells this type of terrain. It's like the wood pieces. It's really easy to put together and super easy to travel with. They all kind of fold together really easily. I basically bring it everywhere I go. The stores, I'm even bringing the clear plexiglass too. It's just good to have really good Games Workshop measured out terrain pieces to practice for RTTs and GTs coming up. So, and obviously the objective markers you guys can get on 3D6 Wargaming. So that's in the link below as well. So we set up terrain. So he's got a bunch of infiltrators. He can actually redeploy his infiltrators as well with the DeathWatch enhancement. So that's super clutch. I wish Chaos Space Marines had that with Horon, but dude is super lazy. So he's got pregame advance there, over there, and then the assassin was set up in the corner over here. And then all the dreads over there. He's got a couple guys in reserves. For us, we kind of just put everything as far forward as we possibly can, and then really protective with our main bunch over here. Let's make sure you guys can see this entire thing, which we can. Okay, cool. So with this entire thing set up in the back corner, that was just so they can't be shot at basically turn one if I don't go first. We happen to go first. I'm playing tactical, he's playing fixed. His fixed are pretty simple. It's assassinate because I have so many characters in the list, and cleanse. If you would have taken aerial denial, that could have been one, or something else. But with the cleanse, he wanted to try and just camp out on 2 objectives for the entire turn, but he's got so many big robots, it probably would have been better to do engage in all fronts, or behind enemy lines or something like that. I think deploy teleport homers would have been, I think, a better one for him to do, but we'll go over that at the end. So this was the deployment. Our sisters have the scout move, so we put them up there in case we have to get in the center of the board. So we get first turn. Our first turn, we get, of course, assassination. So we literally can't do anything. His redeploy, he put his guys behind the wall over there, put his guys all the way in the back up top here. So the guys, let me make this. So the guys all the way up top here, right up here, that's where they move to. And then we got the big shooty boys right here, ready to go out behind the terrain feature. For us, we just advance forward. We put all of our jet bikes behind this cover, so move those guys over here. This guy advanced all the way up here behind cover over there, so he can't be shot at. The Draxus and the dudes ran up here to try and get some out of line of sight shooting, but everything is basically blown up, so I can't see anything. And then these guys screwed up behind the terrain feature right here. So we had assassinated and tempting target. His tempting target was really any of these I couldn't really get to besides the center. So he didn't pick the center, he didn't pick the top, he picked this one down here, which I couldn't get there with the advance. So I couldn't charge him, couldn't advance there. So tempting target was kind of a failure, but he did pick this one over here. So if these guys survive, I potentially can get tempting target next turn to try and go after that attack, because then he has to start moving his guys down here to defend, and all he has is a librarian and a unit down here with the assassin, which I don't think can kill all 4 of these wardens with the blade champion. So that was our turn 1. 0 on turn 1. His turn 1, he gets 4 for cleanse and assassinate. He didn't start killing anybody yet, but he basically moved over his dread over here to get line of sight onto my unit down here with his plasma cannon. These guys stayed to wait a turn because there's really no shouts for them to step out and just give me free targets. This thing scooted over here, trying to get line of sight, but couldn't see anything. And I believe everything else kind of just spread out. These guys did the cleanse. These guys did the cleanse. So we got 4 for cleanse turn 1. Pretty simple turn 1. Now at turn 2, we tried to do the +1 to wound for the detachment that we're running on this dread, so that way I can see if the big guns from the bikes can actually do anything. It was really a testament to see what they can do or not do, and they're not that good. One shot hitting on 2s, but then winning on 4s is like not the best. So yeah, we just put basically all 3 of them into this thing and didn't do anything to it. So it wasn't cool. And then this guy up here moved up and charged this unit right here, killed a bunch of them, left the librarian. The assassin came up over here because we did get deploy teleport homers this turn, and attempting target. So our goal was really to try and take over this bottom objective, and our deployed teleport was in the center. I couldn't get anywhere in his backfield because he blocked it out really good from our solo characters coming down. So this guy came down in the center. He's super tanky if I do the 4-up Feel No Pain on him. He's got a 2-up, 4-up, so I'm pretty reluctant to survive here if he puts a ton of shooting into me. So I was pretty confident going there. Then everybody else basically moved up, advanced up, got on the objective, tried to steal it from him. The bike scooted up to get some shots off, and this guy charged in up there. Now down here, this was a cool strategy, right? So I advanced up once per game, so that way if I can get an advance onto this tank right here, I can pile in going this way and still attack these guys down here, because they have a special ability where if I target them with an attack, they can move 6 inches away, and if they're still within 12 inches, I still have to declare them as a target, so then I can fail my charge. So how to get around stuff like that, fight first, everything like that, you charge something close to that unit, because you don't target them as a charge. You target something close, you can't get everybody base to base, so then you can start ending your charge closer to that target going diagonal, and then you'll be able to pile in towards the closest enemy unit, which would be these guys. So that's basically what we did here in this next picture. We charged, made the successful charge with the Blade Champion, stayed out 2 inches with this guy, 2 inches with this guy, and then these 3 guys kind of stayed around this unit, so that way they can pile in and attack this Librarian on the other side of the wall. So we're able to get 3 guys on this unit, Blade Champion on the tank, and we took Tempting Target back from down here, because I think they're OPSEC 2 each, and then we killed a bunch of them down here. So up here, we killed the unit, spent 1 CP, or his once per game, and then fell back, which is super fun to do, honestly. Like, these guys in this detachment is just super quick and agile, just running up, charging, surviving the charge, and then running away. This guy, though, actually took 6 damage, I think. 6 damage from 1 Librarian. He wounds me 2 or 3 times. I fail both saves, and then he rolls D3 damage and rolls 2 5s on the damage, which does 6 damage to my character Custodian. How is that even possible? So that was brutal. So this guy's literally just sitting there on 1, which, all in all, this guy just walks over and shoots him with a Psychic Blast and kills him. So that Librarian should be upgraded instantly to, like, he was awesome. He did so good. That was my turn. I got 5 for Tempting Target and deploy Teleport Homers in the center with that character. So didn't really do too much of the Dread. Then he Rapid Ingress this Dread down the corner, because that's what he does. This is the melee Dread, so he can basically move up and just demolish me with the Wardens. But doesn't really need to, because his shooting does enough of me this turn. So that's what we did for the top one up here. And then next turn, he gets 5 for Taking Hold. I had 5 for my primary. He gets Assassinate and Cleanse. So he kills my 1 character up here pretty easily. The Librarian basically scooted up, did a Psychic Blast, murdered him. Dread started scooting up. These guys moved up into the cover, so that way they can just put a ton of shots onto my Terminator Lord. With the stratagems with this detachment, it's really good with the characters, right? So if they're leading a unit, they don't really get targeted that much unless it's precision, but there's not a ton of precision. So if you have solo characters, they're able to really use the stratagems as much as possible. And the 4-up Feel No Pain is really what I was going for with this attachment, because they're toughness 7, like 7 wounds, 2-up, 4-up, 4-up Feel No Pain, like he's got a once per game, turning the damage characteristic to 1. Like, so super tanky boys. That's why we bring 3 of these guys in the list, because they're just insanely tanky, especially for secondaries. So he gets 8 for Assassinate, because he's able to kind of move up this unit over here. He then drops down these guys with his 2 damage bolters, which then turn to 1 damage. This Dread backed up this way, because he can't shoot his blast into combat, and he couldn't really get line of sight on anybody else. And then this Dread scooted over to get shots off on these guys. So what does he do? He brings in another Dread all the way in the corner back here. he brings on, I think, his unit down here, which died to me. And then this guy's scooting up to shoot some Meltas into my Wardens down here and then get the charge off. So his characters that he killed this turn was the center guy, because I blow through CP with this detachment really fast. So I was really just throwing CP out there just to really test, and knowing that I should probably save my CP for specific stuff. I shouldn't have used it in the shooting phase with this. I should have procced his once per game ability with the 1 damage, and then hopefully just roll the the 2 up, 4 up, and just hopefully survive, and then use the 4 Feel No Pain in the charge phase. So these guys charge with all their power fists and just murder this guy in the fight phase. So he takes over the center objectives, kills my character there, and we have a pretty good turn 3. So our turn 3, we still control the top objective, so we get 10 for primary. Our secondaries are behind enemy lines and no prisoners, so we have to kill shit and get behind enemy lines. So this is what it looks like after he makes that charge. And then down here, he makes the charge over here, which I believe we countercharged our guard unit, so that way we can keep that top field objective and do some damage to the Libby and some damage to the tank. So it's a pretty good countercharge up top just to get that 10 points for primary. So our turn 3, like I said, we're trying to get behind enemy lines, which we get another solo character down there behind enemy lines. The assassin gets down here. Which if he makes the charge, I believe we can get it. But instead we throw up, I think that guy. Yeah, where's the assassin go? Assassin just dies. So we only get deployed. We get 4 for no prisoners and 5 for behind enemy lines. So who was the second behind enemy lines guy? It might have been this guy. The solo character. I think he was behind. Alright, if you're looking at it, I think the assassin is not behind me. I'm not sure. How the hell did we get 5 points for behind me lines? We killed nobody. This guy might have been behind enemy lines down there. Yeah, that was probably it right there. So this guy right there is the one that got me behind enemy lines, because he's not on the objective, so I think he just kind of scooted back away to try and get behind enemy lines. And obviously this guy in the deployment zone all the way at the top there. So the last character up there, I think he's got the extra 2 attacks. So I'm trying to get him to combat. If he makes the charge, he just murders everything on that objective. So then over here, we're still stuck in combat with this dude. The Libby died. So we got that for no prisoners. And then this guy did his once per game fall back. This guy once per game fall back. He's got 1 wound. I know this dice right here is to track that he didn't use his once per game yet. So I need like tokens to put on my guys because they all have once per game abilities. So I was thinking just putting like tokens and stuff or rings around them so that way you can keep track of who used it and who didn't use it. Because again, they all have it. So you have to make sure you don't cheat yourself or cheat your opponent by using it multiple times or forgetting about it. So last turn, I think Trajan rapid ingressed down here. So he basically just set up for next turn to kind of scoot up and take over the center field objective again. So we got rapid ingress down there with Trajan. He scooches up, about to just murder everything down here with his like crazy thing. Now, Trajan is the warlord. One of the things in this game is you can spend 2 CP and reset the once per game ability with Trajan. So you can charge in, do your 10, 12 attacks, kill a shit ton of stuff, proc 2 CP, and then redo it. But you have to do it at the same turn. So if you do it and not have the 2 CP, you lose out on it. So I couldn't basically proc his Kamehameha ability because I didn't have the 2 CP. Again, this detachment uses a lot of CP. So I wanted to kind of charge in, use 2 CP, reset it, now have either a 2-up invuln save or another 10, 12 attacks going into my opponent. So that's something really cool to try to really test out with Trajan in this detachment. So we kill a bunch of stuff. At the end of this turn, he's got 3 of these dudes left. 1 guy, the character with 1 wound left here. And the sister starts scooshing up there in case we get any like cleanse or something that's going up this way. We finish off that dread with the charge of this guy. And I think we did the +1 to wound on this unit right here, just to try and murder as much as we possibly can. This guy came down here because I needed to just bring him on the table on turn 3. And if I were to get something, I think I wanted to protect my backfield, because if he brought his guys down here, I would have nothing on my backfield, so then he would just take over my home field objective against my sisters. So I came down here to protect the backfield, so that way he couldn't go after my home field objective with my big ass character right there. So that's why I put him all the way back there. All right, so we're kind of spreading out. We got our special characters all over the table. His turn, he gets 10 for primary on turn 3, 4 for assassinate again, and 2 for cleanse. So he's only cleansing once every single turn, which again, I think he would have got deploy teleport homers. He would have got 3 points instead of 2 points, and he could have potentially do teleport homers in my deployment zone a couple times. So that's definitely something that Jack is definitely going to change in the upcoming games. But we have this Dread holding this objective down here. This Dread's going after my Blade Champion. Trajan's unit lost 2 guys over here. This guy came in to kind of help fight. These guys came out to play to put a bunch of attacks into my character up here, especially with the last cannon, all that stuff. The other last cannon is just trying to shoot this guy. They murder my assassin, those meanies. So the assassin was here. They got nuked. The assassin died pretty easily. And this solo character came in up here. So he's kind of just setting up to try and, kill some people. All right, so turn 4, I get 15 for primary. We had the center, we had this one, and we had that one. So 15 for primary. We get storm hostile objective and overwhelming force. So we have to kill units on objectives and take over objectives we didn't have before. So that would be this one down here. And I believe he controlled this one down here. So we only had to take over objective. Okay, so we took over this top field objective by using our fallback thing with this guy. He's basically moving up, shooting and charging this objective to try and clear off these people to try and steal it from him. And then this guy scooches up to try and charge these guys and steal from them as well. So I got 2 characters going into this backfield unit being on the objective. These guys are still full squad, basically. They're scooching up to kill this character up top here. The sisters just advance back here in case I need to do investigate signal or deploy or cleanse or something. This guy is chilling on 1 wound. He's just scooting around, flying. There's 1 jump pack dude left with Trajan. This guy advanced up from back here to try and get in the fight somehow. And of course, this guy is coming down over here to try and steal my backfield objective, like I said was going to happen. So he's like, all right, time to take it because I moved my character away. So good move on him. And then these dreads are kind of just waiting here, doing cleanse and stuff like that. The assassin came down here to do cleanse. So that was my turn 4. His turn 4, he gets 5 for primary because he holds his backfield, or sorry, he holds this objective with the 2 dreads on it. We stole his backfield objective, so keeping somebody to do a 5 on primary is huge in a game that you can get up to 15. So that would be my goal every time I play, is trying to stop their primary as much as I possibly can while also getting secondary points. If you can go 10 every single turn on primary and stop them to a 5 once or twice throughout the game, you're most likely going to win the game based off of primary score. So he gets on turn 4, he gets 8 for assassinate. So he basically maxed out assassinate, which we both knew he's probably going to do. He gets 8 for assassinate, so he kills 2 characters, and cleanse again for 2. So after this turn, this guy failed to charge. Sorry about that, but he rolled a 3 on the charge. And I'm not sure if he re-rolled it, but he failed his counter charge. Spent 2 CP trying counter charge, rolled a 3, probably didn't have enough CP to re-roll it, and then just failed. So I apologize. That dread probably would have nuked this guy, or at least contested the objective, but just the bad luck roll right there was kind of brutal. So I apologize, Jack. This was all of my saves. I think no, this was the devastating wounds from this guy. So this guy attacks the dread, does the 3 damage. I think he does sustain hits, so he explodes on 6s. He gets 6 attacks and then wounds, 4 of them, and 3 of them are devastating wounds. So I just do 9 damage to this dread to kill this dread in combat. So this Blade Champion is still alive from turn 1 getting shot with all of his wardens. Like, that is freaking insane what this guy had to live through with 2 wounds left, and just freaking nukes the dread. Like that was a turning point. He fails his charge, and then I managed to roll 3 6s on the wound with devastating wounds. Like that was the turning point for him. This was like this game is bullshit, but it was funny because we're playing dice games. So he brings the guy down here. If he moves this guy, I could Overwatch with my flamers to try and kill him with 1 wound, so he doesn't move him. We finish off the last dude over here, so we have a character with 1 wound. Trajan, full wounds. He kills my bike guy, comes over here to block. This is the perfect move block right here. So we just go as far away as we possibly can, 1 inch away, and then we move block so that we can't move through this way, and he can't come this way because of the building. And this is all closed off. All the bottom floor is closed off on this map, so we can't basically move over here and shoot. So this heroic custodian bike guy is just sacrificing himself, standing vigil to go after this shooting dread to stop him from shooting my character on the objective. This squad can't be shot outside 18 inches because of Draxus. And that was it. So my turn 5, we get 15 again. Aerial Denial, which we definitely have with Trajan's unit, and Investigate Signals, which we only got with our sisters up top here. So that was our Investigate signal for 2 points. We max up with 34 out of 40 for secondaries. His turn 5, he goes second, so he gets the control at the end of the game. So basically coming up with Trajan charging and not dying was hilarious. So the end of the game, these guys are in the corner for Investigate Signal. We have a character in the center. We have Trajan scooching up over here. This dread is about to move up and attack Trajan. This dread kills the bike vehicle. This dread kills that tank, so he kills both of my characters that were on his home field objective. And then this dread has to stand there to try and keep the back objective. And then the henchman walked on the turn before to just cleanse on this backfield objective, so he gets cleanse for 2. He's already maxed out on assassinate, and then down here the assassin came down in the bottom left corner over here with my sisters, and he fails his charge over here. So he picked up the assassin, brought him down over here, flamered my sisters, which I told him not to. He kills my sister, so then he loses out on the charge target. He then rolls the dice to see if he would have made the charge, and he would have made the charge. So I said, don't even chance it, just try and make the charge, because if you do kill me, you're screwed. If you don't kill me, I might remove the guys closest to you, and then the charge is farther. So instead, he should have just came down, try and make a 9-inch charge with a reroll. Instead, he comes down, kills my sisters, doesn't have a charge target, so then he doesn't take over the home field objective. So he lost out on 5 points there, which we both laughed about. And this is the final board state. So I got nothing on my home field objective. He's got the assassin that didn't make the charge. I have this objective, this objective. This guy charged into Trajan and the unit, and Trajan survived on his 2+ saves. That's me saying F you to the dread. I think that's what happened. Jack, let me know what would happen with this dread and Trajan. But that was funny. Now, final score, guys. Let's bring this over for you. All right, so we got 89 Custodes, 72 DeathWatch. So it was a close game. The biggest thing was we kept him to a 12 out of 20 for cleanse. So if he would have got deployed teleport homers, he probably would have got an extra 1, 2, 3, 4. So we would have got 16 out of 20. That would have been 76 to 89. And the biggest thing was primary. So he had 30 out of 50 for primary. We held him to 2 points, or 2 5s, and on the final score he had a 10. So 30 out of 50 for primary. We had 45 out of 50 for primary, but our secondary was kind of shit because we didn't get anything on turn 1, and the other ones we didn't get like anything big. It was really just 5-2, 5-5, 5-4, 5-3, and then 0 on turn 1. You really have to try and get points if you want to max out on turn 1 for secondaries. So I think we could have done better with deployment to try and get all 3 objectives in the center. If we get tempting target or cleanse or extend battle lines or something like that, we definitely should have set up better for our deployment zone. But all in all, he just likes this list. I like this list too. I think it's really cool. My list, I really think, I don't know. I think I changed it up. Let me pull up my list for you guys, and we'll go over the updated version of the champions list. Nope, stayed exactly the same. So we got the Blade Champion with the Philosopher, 3 Blade Captains. One of them has the Veil Blade. We have 3 Jet Bike Captains, Trajan, because he's amazing in this build. 2 Custodial Guard. Both have Vexillas, the Wardens, 2 Witch Seekers for the pregame scout move, and then the Assassin and Draxus. So everything stays the same. I love this list. This is definitely something I would bring to a tournament for funsies. Yeah, so that would be definitely a good list to try out. I definitely want to run this again. I want to get it painted up. I'm going to be doing the theme for the red capes, the black armor, the silver and gold outline, and then the blue. Kind of looks like Trajan. So Trajan is what it's going to look like. I'm terrible at painting faces, so I'm just going to paint them white with the wash, with the speed paint, and try and do it that way. But yeah, so it was a fun battle report. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below what you liked, didn't like, how we can improve on the channel. Hit the subscribe and notification bell so these videos actually pop up for you guys. Head over to Discord. We're over at 1,000 people on Discord, which is nuts. It's definitely one of the most positive 40k Discords we have out there. Super awesome people. And then Patreon, if you guys join the Patreon, you get your own Patreon Discord server, so that way you guys can join that and talk to us every single day. I'm mostly 99% of the time in the Patreon chat, and then you guys get to support the channel, so we bring out more battle reports like this. So appreciate it, guys. Good luck, and we'll see you in another video soon. What's up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are thinking about joining the Patreon page, we're going to go over each tier and how it's going to benefit you and what you're looking for specifically to get out of 40k in 10th edition coming up. There's a lot of stuff to go over. There's a lot of tactical videos up on the channel, which is for free. There's going to be a bunch of perks that you get specifically for being a part of the Dirtbag Nation Patreon page. So first off, we have the first tier, which is $1 a month. You guys get first access to the videos over at patreon.com. You also get access to the Discord, which is specifically a private link in the Discord that only Patreon members can see. So you guys will have first access to that. Also a benefit is Patreons over the Dirtbag Nation get live streamed games on patreon.com streamed from YouTube, but there's only links specifically for the patreons.com. So not only do you get first access to these videos, you also get to see live stream games specifically only on patreon.com. The next tier is the Justicar. You guys get a shout out on every single video on YouTube. You also get to support us a little bit more. You get first dibs at voting on Discord, as well as you just kind of say, hey, I just want to be a Justicar Dirtbag and support you guys a little bit more than that $1 a month tier. But you get all the same access as well as the different color over on the Discord. So the third tier is the competitive Dirtbag. This tier, you get a lot more one-on-one coaching. This is a lot of the Dirtbags over on the Dirtbag Nation. They are able to send out messages one-on-one, go over list ideas, tactics, anything you guys want to talk about. When I was getting into 40K, or really any game in general, I always wanted to message the top players in the meta and just ask them questions. This $10 a month tier gets you that opportunity to message us one-on-one on Discord, so that way we can actually coach you, give you our insights, suggestions, and that's going to get you better at the 40K 10th edition as a whole. So that tier alone, just $10 a month to have one-on-one coaching, one-on-one messages anytime throughout the month, that's going to be a perfect tier for you guys. Even if you're brand new to the game, we go over 1,000 point list, 1,500 point list, 2,000 point brand new starting list, team list, anything you guys need. That's what the competitive Dirtbag tier is for. Also, you get a little bit red number name tag on Discord, so people know that you're really serious about getting into the competitive scene. The Grandmaster Dirtbags. This is the all-in-all $25 a month tier. You get one-on-one coaching, everything we said prior to this, but you guys get to see me, Mike, any of the other Dirtbags play your specific list that you want to see tested out live on one of our battle reports. You guys get to mention, suggest videos you guys want to see coming up on patreon.com. So you guys get the above first tier benefit of everything that we do over at Dirtbag Nation. All the support mainly comes from you guys supporting us over here at Dirtbag Nation. And Grandmasters, I can't thank you enough, but for $25 a month, you get one-on-one coaching and anything you want to see live on the tabletop. So you get to see a professional play right in front of you. You guys get to kind of like see it one-on-one, and I'm actually making this specifically for you. There's also TTS events that you guys can suggest. If you guys want to do a first 1 or 2 turn run through on TTS, we can actually log in and coach you one-on-one with that. If you guys see us at any GTs, you guys get special benefits, free dice, stuff like that. Anytime you purchase a merch
thing on Discord, you guys get a free limited edition Dirtbag dice sent to you with every single purchase on top of that. So there's a lot of benefits coming up with the Grandmaster Dirtbag. Because I can't thank you enough for supporting us. Definitely let me know which tier would be best for you if you go over to patreon.com and specifically go to a tier. And make sure you don't forget to message me up on Discord. That's where we check every single day. If you guys are really into getting into 10th edition 40k, head over to Patreon, join the Competitive Dirtbag or the Grandmaster. Message me as many times as you possibly want, and I'll coach you the best I possibly can on any specific army that you guys play. Mainly our armies right now, currently, going into 2024, is going to be Chaos Space Marines, Grey Knights, Death Guard, and then we have Custodes, Sisters, and I think that's it going into the Wings of 2024. But again, any other army that you guys play, we have other coaches lined up for the Dirtbags that are ready to take on that role of the Competitive Dirtbag page. So guys, really appreciate it. Thanks for clicking on the video. Thanks for joining the Dirtbag Nation if you guys are already a part of us. And we'll see you in another video soon.